Okay, we're learning Mishnayos Bava Metzia. We're up to the 11th Mishnah in the 4th parak. You can find it if you want to take a look inside. Handouts on the Bima. It's on page 119. So we're continuing to talk about fraud, about different various types of onah. So ein ma'arv and peros v'peros. You can't mix fruits with different types of fruits. Afilu chadashim echadashim. Even if you're talking about new ones with new ones, ve'ein tzarach lomar chadashim b'yishanim. And certainly not new ones with old ones. What are you talking about here? New fruit and old fruit. We're talking about different fields. You can't mix together produce from different fields and say, okay, here, take it. Because the general approach, what's better, new ones or old ones? Yeah, new always sounds better, right? But not by, here we're talking about fruit, talking about new field. How many years you've been growing this fruit in this field. The older ones are better because it's had time to ripen, mature, whatever. It's stuff that's it's established, right? It's not a new, it may not be so good. So the old one is better. But you basically, when selling to somebody, if you just throw it all together, then there may be an assumption that's made about where it's from. You're not allowed to just do it in such, unless of course you inform the seller and say, this is what it is. But MS, however, in truth, biyayin hitir la'arev kasha berach mipnei shu mashbicho. In regards to wine, they allowed you to put, very very strong wine that normally people wouldn't want to drink, to mix that in with the softer, less harsh wine, the more mild wine, because it makes it better. Meaning a little bit of kick, whatever, from the more potent wine with the more mild wine will actually improve it. So therefore, that's a general assumption, even though new and old then that together. But with the wine, this was the way that it was done. They would mix in a little bit of the stuff that was too strong to normally drink, and with the milder stuff, when they're still creating the wine, and therefore it improves it, and that would be normal practice. Ein ma'arvin shimra yayin b'yayin. So you can't just mix in the lees, mix in the dregs from the wine from another one with the wine that you have now. You've got a bunch of dregs left over in one barrel. So you say, well, what am I going to do with that? It's just a loss. Well, I'll throw it in with the wine that I'm selling from this other barrel, and then I get rid of the dregs, and I get more. I can sell more. So you can't do that. Avonosin lo shmarav, but you are allowed within the barrel itself, that wine, whatever dregs come with it, that can be sold with the wine. That's considered to be normal practice. Mishin is arv mayim beyeno. Now, somebody who mixes water into his wine. Right, so you're watering down the drink. Loyim karenu b'chanut. You can't sell that in a store to somebody else. Elim kain hodio, unless you inform them. You say, we've mixed in X amount of water into this wine. You have to inform the seller. V'lo latagar, but you can't sell it to a wine merchant. Afal pisho hodio, even though you tell the wine merchant that you've mixed the water in, because you tell him, he's very happy you mixed the water in. He's getting it for a much better price. She'enu el ramosbo. He buys it just to fool other people, because now he can go and sell it. Oh, this is wine from such and such vineyard. Oh, such and such vineyard. That's great. I didn't tell you mixed in 15% water. So he's gonna, he can sell it at the price he would sell the regular wine. So we don't allow you to sell it that way, even though you are selling it in an honest way to him. You're telling him, but you know what he's going to do with it. So therefore the Chacham say you're not allowed to do that.
Wouldn't this be a case of a mixture with in front of it either in addition to one or would it be in front of it either and not one in this case?
I don't think it's lifnei iver lifnei iver has to be direct. Here,
Direct.
This is a takana of the Rabbanan is saying we don't want this kind of practice to go on where we're going to end up having things going in improper sale fashion. It's going to end up in the market in such a way. So it's a protection. It's protective policy. However, as Bob pointed out, makom shanagu lahatil mayim beyayin yatilu, where that is the common practice, where water is mixed in with the wine, because the wine was too strong. It was more kasha, like we said at the beginning of that's the normal practice. That's what everybody does. You mix in a certain percentage of water into the wine, because otherwise the wine's really not drinkable the way it is. So of course you do that, meaning whatever minhag hamakom is, that's considered normal, that you're allowed to. You don't have to inform people, because that's what everybody does. It's when you start to do something that is changing from the regular practice that it would be a problem.